Hello everyone, Giltar here with part 2 of my review of the 1 to 144 scale high-grade Gundam Astraea Type F model kit. Now as you can see, the Astraea Type F can indeed hold, wield, or store in some way all of its weapon accessories at the same time, which is quite impressive. Most model kits or even action figures, when they come with a whole bunch of accessories, it's not normal for them to be able to utilize all of them at once. You're usually left with some spare components set aside collecting dust. With the Astraea Type F, you have a couple of small parts and nothing else. Everything else you can attach. Now I'm going to move the model kit back, and I'm going to go over a couple of more details about the kit sort of components. And first off, I'll start off with the instruction manual, which is pretty standard for a high-grade 00 Gundam, or Gundam 00 rather, model kit. You got two photos of the model from front and back, some cover art. On the back cover, we got a genealogy chart, or basically a history of the development of the various mobile suits in this family, which starts with the O Gundam and culminates with the 00. You also have the Type F here and Type F2, which the main points of differences are it replaces the hard points at the calves with GN condenser lenses, and the skirt armor is different, and the face armor is different as well. You basically get an Exia face rather than this covered up glass plate face. You also get some information about the pilot Von Spock in here. Now within the manual there's a 2-page spread, as you can see, detailing all of the weapon accessories and the information. So it's very similar to how Bandai laid out the 7 Sword G model kit, the high grade there. Now getting into the runners, let's start off with the polycap runner, which is fairly small. Only 2 polycaps are left over from the kit. You also get a clear beam effect part for the beam saber blades. And next up, I'm going to go over the model kit plates or runners that came with the Exia, which you get all of them. The original Exia had 3 plates, I believe, the high grade, which is the A plate, multicolored parts here, and then some clear parts up the top. The B plate, which is all red plastic, and I think the Exia had all white. And then the C plate, this drab grayish brown color. And again, this belongs to the Exia. So I believe if you wanted to, you could assemble the Exia from this model kit and you basically get a mainly red Exia. Which is very interesting, because if you consider it, the Astraea Type F model kit has 3 options for display. The Type F, the slightly changed F2, or the original Exia design. You can put this model kit together in one of those 3 ways, and I assume swap out parts whenever you want to change its appearance. However, the only downside about swapping out the parts is that it will wear down the parts, and over time they're going to get pretty loose, I assume. Now for 2 extra runners and plates basically that don't come with the Exia, first is the F plate. Now the F plate is basically the Astraea's A plate in that it has multicolored parts and some clear plastic. There's some parts like this extra V-fin here that's for the F2 design. And then the gray plate here, which is the G1 plate, which is mainly devoted to the weapon accessories of the Astraea Type F. Next up are just some detailing bits, essentially a sheet of foil stickers. So you have the eye stickers, this white faceplate sticker for the F2 design, and a whole bunch of other stickers like these, I think GN condenser stickers. Some detailing stickers for the legs, hips, arms, and a lot of these green metallic foil stickers for weapon sights or camera sensors. So that's pretty much all the details for the model kit. So I'll head into the pros and cons for the model. As usual, I'll start off with the cons. And to be honest, I really only have 2 cons, and they're not going to be cons for everybody. First of all, if you're one of those people out there who really dislike the Exia design, or you just don't like the way that Bandai has really milked the design in the various lines that they have, whether it's action figures or model kits, you may not like the Astraea Type F, because it is essentially a retooled or somewhat remolded Exia. It has extra parts to come with it to attach on, so that it isn't exactly like the Exia, but it's basically like the Exia beta version. And just because of that, some people won't like it. They don't like the whole reuse of the Exia or any other type of I guess design that gets reused so much. Because of that, if you don't like that idea, you're probably not going to like Astraea just because of that principle. So that is one con. Another con for this model kit is just basically, if you like the color red, you're gonna love this, but if you don't, it does seem like the model is dominated by red. It is broken up by the fact that you have different colored parts for joints and weapons and whatnot, and also because I don't have stickers or panel lining applied, it does look a little sort of monotonous in certain parts, but definitely I guarantee once you apply stickers, it will make it look different, and it won't look so red. It will actually have more contrast, even more so than it already has. But that is something to consider, is that some people may not like sort of this overwhelming use of red in the color scheme. And that is important because model kits are for display, so you're going to be looking at them, and if you don't like to look at it, then you're not going to like it in your collection. And that's pretty much it for my cons. Everything else, I'll get into pros. First of all, it's a solid, stable model kit. I mean, that's what the high-grade 1-to-144 Exia model kit is. Whether you're talking the original one, or the Repair 2, or the Avalanche, or other, the upcoming Avalanche, or other variants, it's basically a solid, stable model kit. Functionally speaking, it's, in my opinion, has no problems. It has a good range of articulation. It has, a good look to it. And for your purposes, even though I didn't really go over articulation, you can get into a pose like this, which is very solid and stable and balanced. And it sounds funny, but for people who have experience with older model kits, the fact that you can pose a model with legs wide like this and have it not tip over and have both feet flat on the ground is pretty important. So I mean, yeah, first of all, the first pro is just that it's a solid kit. Second pro, you're not paying a lot of money for what you get. You're paying about $19 American for a high-grade model with a ton of accessories and the ability to display it in 3 forms. Again, the F2, the F, or even the original Exia, which sounds kind of funny because the Astraea is actually the prototype of the Exia, I guess. But yeah, you have 3 display options for it, and you have several weapons, the ability to hold all the weapons on the model at the same time. So you're getting a lot of value for what you pay for, in my opinion. And you know what? To be honest, $19–20 is in the mid-range of the prices for high-grade kits. It's on the low end we're looking at about $10. On the high end we're looking at pretty much $30 almost. So the Astraea Type F here is pretty much in the middle, and you're getting so much for it. Another pro is just, and it seems minor, but for me, the fact that you get clear beam effect parts is a major pro for me, because I really don't like it when Bandai almost randomly sometimes doesn't include these parts for newer model kits, when they could have, and in my opinion should have, because it wouldn't have cost a lot to simply make a small tiny runner for these parts. People have said before, Bandai doesn't want to, modify or devote, a large runner just to include extra beam saber parts. Well, guess what? They don't have to. They can make smaller runners, and what? If it means paying an extra couple of dollars, I don't mind doing it, because otherwise I have no other option. I'll probably have to buy third-party market beam saber blades, and I've seen some of them. They look okay, but I don't know how well they actually, would function once I receive them. I don't know about the quality of the plastic they use. So at least with this, I get consistency and quality. It's the same company makes this, and again, I really like the fact that we get these clear beam effect parts. Just another pro, which is sort of conditional. If you like the Exia design, you're gonna like the Astraea design. I mean, that's as simple as that. The Astraea is like essentially a retooling or a remolding of the Exia. So if you like the Exia, you're gonna like this. And if you like the Exia design, if you like the Astraea or Astraea Type F designs, you're going to really like this model kit, because again, you get a lot of value out of it, you get a lot of accessories, you get a lot of functionality and its ability to pose. You're not paying a lot of money for what you get, and I just think it's a really nice looking design. So overall, I really do recommend this model kit for pretty much most people out there. I think the type of person who really would not like this model kit is again going to be that type of person who just does not like the way that Bandai reuses the Exia design. It's just, they really milk this design. So if you don't like that idea, you're probably not going to like the Astraea Type F. But for anyone else, even people who don't like red, you can always repaint it. Even if, again, for people who don't like red, Yeah, it's a minor issue. So again, overall, I really do recommend this model. I really do like it. Just like with the Repair 2, the build process is pretty fun. It's straightforward. It's involved enough to get a sense of satisfaction at the end of the day, but it's not so difficult that it takes several days to complete. It only takes a few hours at most. So that's my review. I hope you guys enjoyed it and got something out of it. As always, I thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys at the next video.